Lepore, one thing I want to mention quickly
Sure.
is just how good the Leafs have been defensively.
Mm.
Because there's always been a narrative around this team that, Justin Hall sucks and the defense sucks and we need better goalies. It's been the complete opposite this season. The Leafs have been one of the best defensive teams in the NHL.
Yep.
They are not scoring right now like they usually do. I've said this on multiple podcasts. You look throughout the Matthews era, every year of the Matthews and Marner era, the Leafs have been top 6 in the NHL in goals per game. Right now, they sit 22nd in the league in goals per game. They sit 26th in the league in 5-on-5 shooting percentage. Pucks are not going in for this team right now. On the flip side, the Leafs are 7th in goals against per game. They are 6th in shots against per game. And then if you want to even look at 5-on-5 save percentage, remember last year, Lepore, how bad the Leafs goaltending was with Jack Campbell and Shalgren and Mrazek? Right now, the Leafs 5th in the league in 5-on-5 save percentage at .930.
Let's go.
So when this offense picks it up, which I think they will at some point, it's not like the offense has been terrible, but when they pick it up, man, like this team could be an absolute juggernaut, honestly.
Yeah. Dude, but I know before last night's game, they were 7th in the league in goals against average. Huge, man. Unreal. And it's funny because, again, you talk about narratives. I know people can't escape them. Even on Twitter still, oh, their defense is shit. They got to add so-and-so. They should make a trade for Chychrun. It's like, based on the numbers, the D is okay. We can't score, right? So, I don't know. Like, I'll ask you, like, what would you put the over-under on as regard to the Leafs making a deal for a defenseman before the deadline? Like an actual, like not a Labushkin, like an actual guy.
Honestly, I don't think they will.
No insult to Labushkin.
Because when this team gets back to full health, now listen, assuming that let's just assume Muzzin's not going to play again this year.
Yeah.
Okay, but once you get Riley and Brody back, and you have Riley, Brody, Sandin, Liljegren, Giordano, Hall, I don't think they're going to go out and get a defenseman. I think the priority for the Leafs is going to be getting a big time forward.
So you say take that
top 6.
So take that Muzzin money and put it up front.
100%, man. Because based on all the issues right now, again, if you're actually watching this team and you're looking at the numbers on a day-to-day basis, you know that their problem right now is putting the puck in the net. The power play has been fine, but it's been the 5-on-5 stuff, and they're just not scoring at the same clip as we have seen in the recent past. So I think if they can add, whether that's a Patrick Kane, whether it's a guy like Alex DeBrincat, again, this is all just speculation.
Yeah.
I don't have this from any, credible source or anything, but if they can go out and get a guy like that, because right now, Lepore, like Sheldon Keefe on a night-to-night basis doesn't know who the hell to put in this top 6 at times outside of the core 4. I just saw a lineup on Twitter that had Calle Yarncroke in the Leafs top 6 at practice.
He's going to play. He's almost certainly going to play at some point.
Like, what's going on here at this point? Like, I'm seeing on Twitter from David Alter, the second line, Yarncroke, Tavares, and Marner. Like the Leafs need to bolster this top 6, I think.
Yeah. I'll combat it with this, though. I'll say, okay, so you don't think a deal is going to be made. So you have Riley, Brody, Liljegren, Sandin, Hall, Giordano. Like that's the 6, however you want to put them together. Okay. Is that good enough to make a run?
Honestly, based on what I have watched so far, and specifically over the last 10 games, I think it's going to be fine. I really do. Especially if they're going to get the goaltending that they're getting from Murray and Samsonov. Maybe, okay, how about this, Lepore? Maybe they make another type of Labushkin deal. Like I know they just picked up Connor Timmins from the Arizona Coyotes. That's not really moving the needle a lot. Like maybe they pick up another depth guy like that, but I don't think they're going to go after like a top pairing defenseman at the deadline.
Yeah. Who'd be nice actually? And like people who live around me are going to freak out. Zub from the Senators.
Yeah, Artem Zub.
Like he's a good, like steady, almost like a Brody, does his job. You don't notice him. Yeah. Exactly what Toronto would.
Things, hits guys, block shots.
Yeah, doesn't make that much money, and he's going to because he's a right-handed defenseman who will hit free agency.
That's fair. I can see them making a deal like that, but honestly, I think Dubas is going to try to make a big splash here, especially with this money on LTIR.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't know who that forward's going to be. Maybe it's not someone as high profile as Patrick Kane, guy who's been in the trade rumors for the last like 5-6 months, it seems. But there's going to be somebody out there I think the Leafs are going to go after to fit in this top six.
I think both. I think Dubas knows the team's got to be better. Like legit. On both ends, they have to be better. So I'm expecting moves.
Yeah. But then again, who knows? Maybe the Leafs go like the next 20 games, they go on a crazy tear and they start scoring at the clip that they usually score at.
Yeah. The other thing I've heard is if like Nyes at season's end, if he gets in the lineup, he's your trade deadline guy. He comes in, and if he's impactful, your expectations can't be that high, but the guy comes in. If he's a plug in the lineup, that's something, right?
That's a possibility as well.
Yeah.